My name is Esteban, and if you are someone who self-sabotages and eventually are left now unable to even trust yourself anymore, then this video is exactly for you. And it doesn't matter if this is something new in your life or something that has been happening ever since you can remember. Over the last 8 months on YouTube, I've been creating content all revolving around identity crisis, identity loss, self-sabotage, meaning, and finding purpose in your life. All things that I find very deeply interesting to me and I have a passion for. And of course, self-sabotage being a predominant challenge in my entire life. Getting in my own way, saying things to myself that are not true, but yet hold they're very powerful. It's a very powerful force that has been nagging at me and tripping me up all along the way. I've competed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a very long time and I've done very well. I've won multiple provincial titles and international titles until eventually transitioning into opening my own business where I've generated 6 figures in my very first year of operation. All things that I'm very proud of. All things that I did while simultaneously struggling with self-sabotage, and I had to find my own way, my own strategy, my own approaches as to how to tackle such a thing. However, I've been reflecting lately and I've been trying to think of more ways that I can actually help you guys and allow you to just see this struggle in a different way and to see the solution applied in a different way rather than just me sitting and talking and sharing my concepts and strategies, which I've loved to do and I really enjoy them. And I always put in the time to make sure that you can take something from it and apply it into your own life. However, the issue is, unless you can see it happening in real time, unless you see other individuals who are struggling with the same exact thing, until you see it, it's still left somewhat theoretical. And you can make progress, but there's one thing you will not notice is the blind spots. There's certain blind spots that you cannot catch, of course, naturally, because you're in it. You're inside of your own experience. And it was at that very moment of reflection that it just came to me. What I want to offer you is a 60-minute one-on-one guidance session where we tackle self-sabotage and how it's been affecting your life, because every person has a different story. And what I'm going to do is apply my rule of 3 method that I've done for myself over the last 10, 15 years, and now teach other people. And what it's going to do specifically is help us see what is really happening. Why are we tripping ourselves up? And how we can actually build trust again. So that it's not that we completely remove this thing from us, because it's very hard to remove it. It's somewhat a lifelong partner. But instead understand how to navigate it, how to manage, and become bigger than it. So you can finally actually just take life and move forward, because most of you know what you want to do. You know the path, you understand what it takes to get done, but maybe perhaps we're lacking that courage, perhaps we're lacking the strategy and the approach and the trust. And that's exactly what my method covers. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, it's 60 minutes. We won't be able to do the entire thing. That's why I have a mentorship program that lasts 6 months, because I'm not going to promise you quick fixes. However, 60 minutes will be more than what you think. We can get a lot done in 1 hour. And especially because we're not jumping around different topics, we're staying on one particular thing. But here is what makes my guidance sessions different than probably most things you've seen on YouTube. I will be offering this session at no cost to you. In exchange, that we just record it and we put it here on my channel for other people to see, relate to, feel less alone, and perhaps see it applied, the strategy applied to their own specific life that will give you a lot more depth, a lot more understanding, and it keeps things a lot less vague, because it's one thing to be instructed on it and it's another thing to see it in practice on somebody else. Now, these sessions are truthfully not going to be for everybody. So who is this really for? Well, the first thing is you need to be driven and frustrated enough that you are looking for a solution, that you're actually wanting help, and you're going to be applying the methods and the practices given to you. So you really need to be hungry for it. The next thing is going to be, you have to be willing to be vulnerable. Be open, share your story, share how it's affected you, and be able to work together, because it's a partnership. It's not just me sitting there and then just telling you what to do. It's a collaborative effort. Of course, I've just had a few more steps already complete. So you have to be open, you have to be courageous, be willing to share, be willing to go deep, because my approach to this, my whole method revolves around not just my own experience, but using depth psychology, Jungian style approach, martial arts philosophy. After all, I've done martial arts for pretty much 2 decades now. And then practical strategies that you can implement right away. So we won't just stay in the theoretical. We actually are going to go into theoretical, perhaps some spiritual if it's needed, and then eventually into the hard strategies that you can pretty much lock in and start doing right away and begin seeing results within a matter of weeks. So if this was something that got you excited and you're ready to take action on it, you can go ahead and click the link below and you can fill out the application form and be as honest as possible in the application, just so we can be a lot more effective on the call together. The other thing is, I'm only going to start with 4 individuals at first, just to see how things go and to not just completely overwhelm myself, especially because this is quite intensive and emotionally taxing. I invest myself 100% into every call that I'm on and every client that I ever work with. So I just really don't want to stretch myself too thin, therefore affecting the quality of the call. So 4 people at first, and if you guys love it, you can let me know in the comment section and I will absolutely continue this series moving forward. Maybe we can give it a fun name. I'm not really quite sure. We can collaborate and actually start forming a really strong community. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Click down below, apply, and let's set you free. Thank you very much. And I'll see you on the next video.